Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight. This is our final Muskingum Valley Middle School swim meet. We are just searching for one more timer. We're almost ready to get started. We're going to go back on mute. We'll be back with you in just a couple moments. For tonight's meet, if you've tuned in the past, our scoreboard is mechanically good. The software is kind of old though. We have an old pro who always helps us out with that, but your scoreboard is not official results. If you look to the right of your screen at the starting blocks, you'll see that there are some much older looking ladies and gentlemen there with the swimmers. They are the timers, and that is where your official time comes from. We were one short. So we will be moving into the national anthem here shortly and getting started. We're going to go ahead and leave ourselves live for now. Our first event is going to be the 200-yard medley relay. We have 6 teams scheduled for that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 200-yard medley relay. In lane 2, the Newark team is Tawny Scott, Sammy Nybart, Hannah Gingras, and Jonas Woodall. In lane 3, Tri-Valley's Owen Harney, Elena Roberts, Stormy Miller, and Hannah Bobb. In lane 4 for Maysville is Michael McClellan, Kane Nethers, Owen Rusnak, and Tilly Spangler. Lane 5, Tri-Valley, Braylee Berkey, Hayden Weck, Addison Durst, Addie Miller. In lane 6 for St. Clairsville is Ella Fulton, Cassidy Coslow, Abby Brocklehurst, and Payson Stupak. In lane 7, Newark's team is Isabel Tracy, Bella Sherman, Addison Kane, and Hayden Bischoff. We are in the second leg right now. Your swimmers are in lane 2, Sammy Nybart, lane 3, Elena Roberts, lane 4, Kane Nethers, lane 5, Hayden Weck, lane 6, Cassidy Coslow, and lane 7, Bella Sherman. As our third leg, swimmers are entering the pool. In lane 3 for Newark, we have Hannah Gingras. Lane 5 is Tri-Valley's Addison Durst. Lane 6, St. Clairsville's Abby Brocklehurst. Lane 7 is Newark's. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I mixed up. Tracy Isabel was their leadoff, then Bella Sherman, and now Addison Kane is in lane 7 for Newark. Most anchors are in the pool now. In lane 2, we have Jonas Woodall. Lane 4, Tilly Spangler. Lane 5, Addie Miller. Lane 6, Patience Stupak. And lane 7, Hayden Bischoff. Ladies and gentlemen, we may have some delayed actions as we go back and forth here. My compadre Gabe had rotator cuff surgery this week. He is the technical guy, so we have a backup for now, but we will do everything we can to answer your questions and correct things as we need to. The swimmers are entering back into the pool. They exit the far side in effort to help stop spread of COVID. Lane 1 is at the top of your screen. Lane 8 is closest to you at the bottom. Heat 2 of 2 for the 200-yard medley relay. We have 8 teams, 8 lanes scheduled for this. Lane 1 will be Zanesville. Lane 2 is Philo. Lanes 3 and 4 are Tri-Valley. Lane 5 is Newark. Lane 6 is Maysville. Lane 7 is John Glenn. And lane 8 will be Tri-Valley. Your leadoff swimmers are lane 1, Addie Wells. Lane 2, Reese Lambert. Lane 3, Eli McDonald. Lane 4, Annika Collette. Lane 5, Iris Woodall. Lane 6, Gracie Rush. Lane 7, Ozzie McDaniel. And lane 8, Elena Gephardt. Sorry, I believe that's Alana Gephardt. Lane 8, leadoff. And they're off, ladies and gentlemen. Again, lane 1, Addie Wells. Lane 2, Reese Lambert. Lane 3, Eli McDonald. Lane 4, Annika Collette. Lane 5, Iris Woodall. Lane 6, Gracie Rush. Lane 7, Ozzy McDaniel. And lane 8. Strike that, back again. I believe it is Elena Gebhardt. As we enter into our second leg. Lane 4 and lane 5, Tri-Valley and Newark, are well ahead of everybody else. Lane 4, their second swimmers, AJ Lawler. And lane 5 for Newark, their second swimmers, Leighton Ricketts. The second swimmer for the rest. In lane 1, Avery Sloan for Zanesville. Lane 2, Mallory Crooks for Philo. Lane 3, Erica Lewis for Tri-Valley. Lane 4, AJ Lawler. Lane 5, Leighton Ricketts. Lane 6, Leela Hawk for Maysville. Lane 7, John Glenn's Brody Tuttle. And lane 8, Aaron Lewis for Tri-Valley. For the third leg, in lane 4 is Sarah Jacoby. Lane 5, Maren Hatfield. Rounding out in lane 1, third leg in, Lucy Thorne of Zanesville. Lane 2, Riley Crooks for Philo. Lane 3, Kendall Buckner for Tri-Valley. Lane 4, Sarah Jacoby. Lane 5, Maren Hatfield. Lane 6, Maysville's Elijah Mail. Lane 7, John Glenn's Liam Clenard. And lane 8, Tri-Valley's Dara Wilson. The last leg is in now. Lane 5 for Tri-Valley is Maddie Johnson. Strike that, that was for Newark. Lane 4 is Savannah Brooks for Tri-Valley. Lane 5, Maddie Johnson for Newark. It is in first place, lane 4, Tri-Valley's team of Annika Collette, AJ Lawler, Sarah Jacoby, and Savannah Brooks, with a time of 2 minutes, 12 seconds. Second place goes to lane 5, Newark's team, Iris Woodall, Leighton Ricketts, Maren Hatfield, and Maddie Johnson, with a time of 2:26. Third place, lane 6, Maysville's Gracie Rush, Leela Hawk, Elijah Mail, and Wyatt Stokes, with a time of 2:36. Rounding our race, lane 2, Philo's Reese Lambert, Mallory Crooks, Riley Crooks, and Roy Pletcher. Lane 3, Tri-Valley's Eli McDonald, Erica Lewis, Kendall Buckner, and Colin Buckner. Lane 1 is Zanesville's Addie Wells, Avery Sloan, Lucy Thorne, Parker Roberts. Lane 7, John Glenn's Ozzy McDaniel, Brody Tuttle, Liam Clenard, and Michael Cohn. And lane 8, Tri-Valley's team of Elena Gebhardt, Aaron Lewis, Dara Wilson, and Caden Blake. Our next event, number 2, is going to be the 200-yard freestyle. This is scheduled for 2 heats. For heat 1, 3 swimmers. Lanes 1, 2, 6, 7, and 8 will be empty. In lane 3, your topmost swimmer will be Mallory Crooks for Crooksville. Lane 4, Newark's Addie Tracy. Lane 5, Maysville's Wyatt Stokes. Thank you for your correction there. My apologies. It is Alana Gebhardt. We'll get that correct for the rest of the meet. Sorry about that. Our next event, number 2, is the 200-yard freestyle. Again, lane 3 will be Mallory Crooks. Lane 4, Addie Tracy. Lane 5, Wyatt Stokes. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we may have a couple swimmers that We're just in the last relay. We'll have to wait for them to get back around here. Again, our schedule is lane 3, Crooksville's Mallory Crooks, lane 4, Newark's Addie Tracy, and lane 5, Maysville's Wyatt Stokes. Ladies and gentlemen, I know what it was. Again, I apologize for the confusion. I thought that the name that looked like Elena swam for West Muskingum, but she was swimming with the Tri-Valley group in lane 8. My apologies. I see now Lana Gebhardt from West Muskingum swam with Tri-Valley in lane 8 in that last relay. They were trying to trick me. Fortunately, I got our watchers to help me, you folks online, to help keep me straight. Thank you so much. I'm not sure what the delay is right now, ladies and gentlemen, but we will bring you all the live action once they start. We did have a question about a bar that's going across the screen. The only place that we have to position our camera safely, so there's no damage to the camera and it's not in the way of the swimmers or the officials, unfortunately is on a column that is behind one of the big HVAC ducts. That's what you see across the top of your screen. There's not much we can do to, if we move the camera down, it's just about all we have to work with. Sorry about that. If there's something else obscuring your view though, please let us know and we'll make sure we do everything we can to enhance the experience best we can. There's the whistle. I believe we have swimmers moving towards the starting blocks. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we're going to have Mallory Crooks in lane 3 and Wyatt Stokes in lane 5. That might be Addie Tracy coming around now for lane 4 for Newark. Yes, it looks like it. So lane 3 for Crooksville, Mallory Crooks. Lane 4, Newark's Addie Tracy. And lane 5, Maysville's Wyatt Stokes. They're on the blocks now. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a race for you now. And they're off. Up in first place in lane 3, Mallory Crooks. Out in front, however, Wyatt Stokes in lane 5 is quickly catching up. Rounding out our race in lane 4 is Newark's Addie Tracy. 200, I believe. I believe this is 8 lengths to the pool, I think, ladies and gentlemen. But we've got at the first turn back at the blocks, we have Wyatt Stokes, lane 5 from Maysville out in front. Followed in lane 3 by Crooksville's Mallory Crooks. Rounding out our race is Addie Tracy in lane 4 of Newark. Ladies and gentlemen, we should be about at the halfway point. Still out in front is Wyatt Stokes in lane 5 for Maysville. Lane 3, Mallory Crooks from Crooksville is staying within striking distance. We may have a race there, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. Maybe we'll get some excitement here at when they do their drive at the end. Lane 4, rounding out our race for Newark, is Addie Tracy. And off the turn, Mallory Crooks has closed some ground. She has given Wyatt Stokes a run for his money. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I hope we do see a race here at the next turn. They look like they are stroke for stroke right now. We've got Mallory Crooks in lane 3, Wyatt Stokes in lane 5. And at the turn, it is in fact Mallory Crooks is pulled out in front. Crooksville, Mallory's out in front in lane 3. Wyatt Stokes in lane 5 from Maysville. Trying to close the ground, but I don't know that he'll catch her. I think that's the last one. I think they're coming to the close here, ladies and gentlemen. No, we've got one more down and back. Sorry. Mallory's still out in front, though. Wyatt Stokes in lane 5. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. There's so much going on. I try to keep them straight, but sometimes I mess it up. Sorry about that. We should just have one more down and back, but Mallory's really running away with it now. Crooksville's Mallory Crooks in lane 3, far out in front. She's definitely going to be our heat winner. Lane 5, Maysville's Wyatt Stokes. And rounding out our race in lane 4 is Newark's Addie Tracy. Still pressing on. In fact, it is Mallory Cooks in lane 3. Shows a time of 2 minutes and 57 seconds. I don't have a dial-in time for her. Lane 5 for Wyatt Stokes of Maysville. Shows a time of 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Likewise, the paperwork they gave me doesn't have a dial-in time for him either. We're just waiting for Addie Tracy from Newark to finish up. Go Addie as she's persevering. Addie has swam this race before. The paperwork they gave me shows a dial-in time of 3 minutes and 54 seconds. She's going to have to push it a little bit to beat that. It looks like she's going to come in right about her time, a little bit slow tonight. Addie has a time of 3 minutes and 58 seconds. Next up will be Heat 2 of 2. This is scheduled for 7 swimmers. Lane 8 being open. We have scheduled for Newark in lane 1 at the top of your screen, Hannah Gingras. Lane 2 for John Glenn, Liam Clenard. Lane 3 for Newark, Maddie Johnson. Lane 4 for Tri-Valley, Annika Collette. Lane 5 for Tri-Valley, Sarah Jacoby. Lane 6 for Newark, Jonas Woodall. And lane 7 for Tri-Valley, Caden Blake. They get their instructions from the officials there on the blocks. And they're off. Hannah Gingras, lane 1. Liam Clenard, lane 2. Maddie Johnson, lane 3. Annika Collette in lane 4, currently out in front. Followed in lane 5 by Sarah Jacoby. Lane 6, Jonas Woodall. Lane 7, Caden Blake. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Heat 2 of 2. Event number 2, 200-yard freestyle. Out in front is Tri-Valley's Annika Collette. Next in lane 2 is John Glenn's Liam Kennard. Third place would be Sarah Jacoby in lane 5. A lot of race still left to go, ladies and gentlemen. But stick with us currently. Your leader is Annika Collette in lane 4. Liam Kennard in lane 2, close behind her, as is Sarah Jacoby in lane 5, well within striking distance. Rounding out our race looks like lane 3, Newark's Maddie Johnson. Then we have Jonas Woodall in lane 6 and Caden Blake in lane 7. Again, your leader is Annika Collette in lane 4 from Tri-Valley. However, in lane 2, Liam Kennard from John Glenn might be closing a little bit, as may be Sarah Jacoby in lane 5. Both of them still within striking distance. Annika Collette still out in front. Looks like she's going to maintain her lead. Probably will be our heat winner. We have Liam Kennard in lane 2. Sarah Jacoby in lane 5. Closing on him, though. She may take second place. We'll see here off this next turn. Annika Collette still well out in front in lane 4, driving. As is Sarah Jacoby. Ladies and gentlemen, I think Sarah Jacoby has pulled in front of Liam Kennard in lane 2 now. Rounding out our race in lane 1 is Hannah Gingras of Newark. Lane 3 has Maddie Johnson, also of Newark. Lane 6 has Jonas Woodall of Newark. And lane 7, Tri-Valley's Caden Blake. But your leader and heat winner is going to be Annika Collette in lane 4. She turns in a time of 2 minutes and 19 seconds. She trims 4 seconds off of her dial-in time. Sarah Jacoby in second place with a time of 2:26. She trims 21 seconds off of her dial-in time. Lane 2, Liam Kennard in third with a time of 2:31. He trims 40 seconds off of his time. Still out swimming lane 1, Hannah Gingras. Lane 3, Maddie Johnson. Lane 6, Jonas Woodall. Lane 7, Caden Blake. Ladies and gentlemen, lane 3, Maddie Johnson in now with a time of 2:31. She trims 19 seconds. Lane 6, Jonas Woodall with a time of 3:01. He trims 8 seconds. Lane 7, Caden Blake with a time of 3 minutes, 16 seconds. He trims a second. Rounding out our race in lane 1 for Newark, Hannah Gingras. Her dial-in time is 3 minutes, 48 seconds. Come on, Hannah, a little faster. Let's beat your dial-in time. Maybe a personal best here. Come on, Hannah. 3:41, let's go, let's go. She turns in a time of 3:43. She does 5 seconds faster. Every swimmer was faster in that event, the 200-yard freestyle. Our next event, number 3, this is scheduled for 2 heats. This is the 200-yard individual medley. The first heat has 3 swimmers scheduled in lane 3. All 3 swimmers are Tri-Valley. In lane 3 will be Colin Buckner. Lane 4, Dara Wilson. Lane 5, Aaron Lewis. Again, this is heat 1 of 2, 200-yard individual medley. Your swimmers are all from Tri-Valley. Colin Buckner in lane 3, he'll be your topmost swimmer. In the middle will be Dara Wilson, and closest to you will be Aaron Lewis. They're on the blocks, they're in the water, and they're off. The first leg is the butterfly. Out in front is Colin Buckner in lane 3. Then Dara Wilson in lane 4 and Aaron Lewis in lane 5. This will be a down and back with each stroke. Still out in front in the butterfly leg is Colin Buckner. Dara Wilson in lane 4 in second place. Rounding out this heat is Aaron Lewis in lane 5. They're now into the backstroke leg. Colin Buckner in lane 3, still out in front for this heat. Dara Wilson in lane 4. Aaron Lewis in lane 5. Aaron looks like at the turn, she may have closed the gap a little bit on Dara. We may have a race there for second place, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. Colin Buckner in lane 3 is still comfortably in front for this heat. At the latest turn, Dara Wilson increases her lead a little bit on Aaron Lewis in lane 5. We still have the breaststroke and the freestyle to go though, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. On into the breaststroke portion in lane 3 is Colin Buckner. A little bit slow at the turn is Dara Wilson in lane 4. Aaron Lewis in lane 5 was able to make up a little bit of ground. Dara still with a comfortable lead on Aaron Lewis. Colin Buckner definitely out in front for this heat though. They'll go down, come back to the blocks, and then they'll have their freestyle leg to round out this race. Colin Buckner in lane 3, your topmost swimmer out in front. Swimming in the center, Dara Wilson. And the closest swimmer to you is Aaron Lewis. Seems to be holding steady at her distance from Dara Wilson. Colin Buckner's now in his freestyle leg. Dara Wilson coming into her turn for freestyle leg. Aaron Lewis coming into her turn for her freestyle leg. Aaron appears to be maybe a touch faster than Dara. Ladies and gentlemen, like I predicted, we may have a race between Dara and Aaron. Stay tuned. Colin Buckner will definitely be this heat winner. And we'll wait for the scoreboard to see if it shares his time with us. We show a time of 3 minutes, 14 seconds. None of these swimmers have a dial-in time here, so they'll all be personal bests. Dara Wilson at the turn increased her lead. But it looks like it's going to be Dara Wilson next, followed by Aaron Lewis. Dara Wilson and Aaron Lewis. We'll see if the scoreboard shares their times. Dara shows a time of 3 minutes, 33 seconds. And Aaron's time, 3 minutes, 37 seconds. Our next heat is scheduled for 8 swimmers. Lanes 1 and 2 belong to Maysville's Gracie Rush and Leela Hawk. Lane 3, Tri-Valley's AJ Lawler. Lane 4 will be Crooksville's Riley Crooks. Lane 5, Newark's Iris Woodall. Lane 6 and 7, Tri-Valley's Savannah Brooks and Erica Lewis. Lane 8 will be Newark's Addison Kane. We're just waiting for the swimmers to exit, I believe, ladies and gentlemen. There is the whistle. Swimmers are on the blocks. And they're off. Lane 1 is Gracie Rush. Lane 2, Leela Hawk. Lane 3, AJ Lawler. Lane 4, Riley Crooks. Lane 5, Iris Woodall. Lane 6 is Savannah Brooks. Lane 7, Erica Lewis. And lane 8, Newark's Addison Kane. Out in front is in lane 3, AJ Lawler. Next in lane 5 is Iris Woodall from Newark. Lane 4 has Riley Crooks. At you for second, third place as they go on into the backstroke leg. We have out in front is AJ Lawler. However, Iris Woodall in lane 5 within striking distance, as is Riley Crooks in lane 4. Rounding out our race, next in lane 2, Leela Hawk. And lane 6, Savannah Brooks. Lane 1 is Gracie Rush. Lane 7, Erica Lewis. And lane 8, Addison Kane. Your leader, however, right now in lane 3 is AJ Lawler of Tri-Valley. Next is Iris Woodall in lane 5 of Newark. Lane 4 is Crooksville's Riley Crooks. Rounding out for second, third place of this heat. We're now into the breaststroke leg. AJ Lawler has extended his lead a little bit. However, Iris Woodall in lane 5 and Riley Crooks in lane 4 are still close together. Riley seems to be closing the distance a little bit. We're going to have a race for sure for second place. Off of the turn here. Riley Crooks surfaces now in second place in front of Iris Woodall in lane 5. AJ Lawler now in the freestyle, the last leg of the race. He's out in front running away with it. Now entering into freestyle is Riley Crooks in lane 4, as is Iris Woodall in lane 5. I believe Riley put too much distance between her and Iris though with the breaststroke portion. It is in fact going to be AJ Lawler in lane 3 with a time of 2 minutes and 24 seconds. He trims 23 seconds off. New personal best for him. Next is Riley Crooks in lane 4 with a time of 2 minutes and 36 seconds. She trims 5 seconds. Iris Woodall in lane 5 with a time of 2:43. She trims a second. Lane 6, Savannah Brooks, time of 2:44. She trims 11 seconds. Lane 2, Leela Hawk with a time of 2:49. She trims 5 seconds. Still out is Erica Lewis in lane 7 now. She has a time of 3 minutes and 12 seconds. She trims 8 seconds from her time. Addison Kane in lane 8, looks like she'll be next. No dial-in time for her. Gracie Rush at the top of your screen. 3 minutes and 57 seconds dial-in time. Come on, Gracie, let's put in a personal best. Addison Kane in lane 8 is finished, but the scoreboard is not sharing her time. And Gracie Rush in lane 1, time of 3 minutes and 38 seconds. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I was just handed a few changes upcoming, so we'll have some changes, but we'll make sure we give those to you in real time. Again, you had, for this heat, 200-yard individual medley, AJ Lawler in first, Riley Crooks in second, Iris Woodall in third for that heat. Next is the 50-yard backstroke. This is scheduled for 4 heats. Heat number 1, we have scheduled Avery Sloan of West Muskingum in lane 3. Lanes 4 and 5 belong to St. Clairsville's Cassidy Coslow and Ella Fulton. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight's swim meet is scheduled for 13 events. This is event number 4, heat number 1 of 4. Avery Sloan of West Muskingum in lane 3. St. Clairsville's Cassidy Coslow in lane 4. And Ella Fulton in lane 5. Avery Sloan is currently out in front of West Muskingum. Lane 4, Cassidy Coslow next, followed by Ella Fulton in lane 5, also of St. Clairsville. This is one down and back. Looks like Avery Sloan may be our heat winner. Cassidy Coslow still within striking distance, but it looks like Avery is pulling away with it. Yes, it's going to be Avery Sloan. None of these 3 swimmers have dialed in times, so no personal best here, but we have in lane 3, Avery Sloan, a time of 45:15. She is your heat winner. Cassidy Coslow with a time of 49:55. And Ella Fulton, the scoreboard is not going to share her time with us. Heat 2, ladies and gentlemen. This is scheduled for 6 swimmers. We have scheduled in lane 2, Newark's Hayden Bischoff. Lane 3 and 4, Tri-Valley's Addie Miller and Owen Harney. Lanes 5 and 6, Maysville's Tilly Spangler and Michael McClellan. Lane 7, Tri-Valley's Hannah Bob. Heat 2 of 4. Swimmers are in the water, prepared for the 50-yard backstroke. Heat number 2 of 4. They're off. Our swimmers are Newark's Hayden Bischoff, lane 2 at the top of your screen, uppermost swimmer. Next, Tri-Valley, Addie Miller, Owen Harney. Lanes 5 and 6, Maysville's Tilly Spangler and Michael McClellan. And lane 7, Tri-Valley's Hannah Bob. Lane 1, the uppermost lane is empty. Lane 8, the closest lane on your screen, is also empty. At the turn, out in front, is Owen Harney of Tri-Valley. Next is Hannah Bob, also of Tri-Valley, in lane 7. Third place is going to be too close to call at this point in time. Hopefully the scoreboard will share with us. It appears to be Maysville's Michael McClellan in lane 6, but we'll see when they actually touch what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, Hannah Bob is closing on Owen Harney, but not quite enough to pull it out. We have lane 4, Owen Harney, with a time of 52 seconds. He trims 5 seconds from his personal best. Next, lane 7 was Hannah Bob, with a time of 57 seconds. She trimmed 7 seconds from her personal best. According to our scoreboard, lane 6, Michael McClellan, was next with a time of 1:02, trimming 1 second from his personal best. Ladies and gentlemen, they were too close for me to say whether I could see for sure if that was the order they came in or not. We definitely had Owen Harney in first and Hannah Bob in second for that heat. Our next heat, 3 of 4, 8 swimmers. Lane 1, Newark's Caden Householder. Lane 2, Philo's Rory Pletcher. Lanes 3 and 4, Tri-Valleys. Strike that. Lane 4 is going to be Elena Roberts. Lane 3, I believe, is going to be empty. Lane 5, John Glenn's Ozzie McDaniel. Lane 6, Philo's Dylan Rayner. Lane 7, Tri-Valleys Brayley Berkey. And lane 8, Newark's Isabel Tracy. The swimmers are in the water. As soon as they start, I'll give you your lineup again. They're off. Lane 1 is Caden Householder from Newark. Lane 2, Philo's Roy Pletcher. Lane 4, Tri-Valleys Elena Roberts. Lane 5, John Glenn's Ozzie McDaniel. Lane 6, Philo's Dylan Rayner. Lane 7, Tri-Valleys Brayley Berkey. Lane 8, Newark's Isabel Tracy. At the turn as they come back. Oh, this one's too close to call. It looks like lane 1, Caden Householder, and lane 2, Rory Pletcher are neck and neck. However, Elena Roberts in lane 4 closing fast, as is lane 6, Dylan Rayner, lane 7, and Brayley Berkey. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, this race is very, very close. We show first place, lane 2, Rory Pletcher. With a time of 48 seconds, she trims 3 seconds off her personal best. Lane 1 next, Caden Householder, also 48 seconds. Oh my goodness, that was just a hair's breadth difference between Rory and Caden. Caden trims 6 seconds off his personal best. The scoreboard shows lane 4, Elena Roberts next, with a time of 49 seconds right at her dial-in time. Heat 4 of 4 coming up next. 8 swimmers scheduled for this as well. Lane 1, Zanesville's Addie Wells. Lane 2, Philo's Reese Lambert. Lane 3, John Glenn's Michael Cohn. Lane 4, West Muskingum's Alana Gebhardt. Lane 5, Tri-Valleys Caden Blake. Lane 6, Zanesville's Parker Roberts. Lane 7, Newark's Tawny Scott. And lane 8, rounding out our race, John Glenn's Brody Tuttle. This will be the final heat of the 50-yard backstroke. 8 swimmers scheduled. Again, your lineup is Addie Wells, lane 1, topmost swimmer on your screen, followed by Reese Lambert in lane 2. Lane 3, Michael Cohn. Lane 4, Alana Gebhardt. Lane 5, Caden Blake. Lane 6, Parker Roberts. Lane 7, Tawny Scott. And lane 8, the closest swimmer to you will be Brody Tuttle. And they're off. As they come by us here, it is way too close. Way too close to call. It looks like maybe lane 6, Parker Roberts from Zanesville. However, lane 7, Tawny Scott. Lane 8, Brody Tuttle. Very close, however, all the swimmers seem like they're within striking distance. Your complete lineup again from the top down. Addie Wells, lane 1, Reese Lambert, lane 2, Michael Cohn, lane 3, Alana Gebhardt, lane 4, Caden Blake, lane 5, Parker Roberts, lane 6, Tawny Scott, lane 7, lane 8, Brody Tuttle. According to our scoreboard, it is lane 6, Parker Roberts, with a time of 44 seconds. He trims 3 seconds off his personal best. Lane 5, Caden Blake. time of 47 seconds, right at his dial-in time. Third place, lane 2, Reese Lambert from Philo, time of 47 seconds, right at his dial-in time as well, too. Our next event, number 5, the 100-yard individual medley. Ladies and gentlemen, Tawny Scott being called back by her coach. She is in the next heat. Oh my goodness, poor thing. She just swam a 50 backstroke and now she's gonna swim a 100 individual medley. Put Tawny Scott in your prayers. Back-to-back heats here, back-to-back races. This is scheduled for 2 heats. Heat 1 is scheduled for Addison Durst of Tri-Valley in lane 3, Tawny Scott of Newark in lane 4, Jonas Woodall of Newark in lane 5, Owen Rusnak of Maysville in lane 6. Ladies and gentlemen, Addison Durst, lane 3. Tawny Scott in lane 4. Jonas Woodall in lane 5. Owen Rusnak in lane 6. Owen Rusnak in lane 6 from Maysville, currently out in front. The only one with a dialed-in time for this is Tawny Scott. We'll see if she does a personal best or not. It looks like Tawny's taking in some water, maybe swimming back to back might have been a little too tough. She's, however, standing up. She's going to be okay. We have Owen Rusnak in lane 6, currently out in front of Maysville. Next is Addison Durst from Tri-Valley. Looks like Tawny Scott may have tried to breathe in some water. Unfortunately, that doesn't work very well, poor thing. We have Jonas Woodall in lane 5, rounding out our race. Currently in front is Owen Rusnak of Maysville in lane 6. However, Addison Durst of Tri-Valley in lane 3 was hot on his heels. Jonas Woodall in lane 5 is closing a lot of the gap now for Newark. Addison Durst is falling behind a little bit in the breaststroke leg. We'll see if she can get any back here in the freestyle. That's going to be tough to make up, but we'll see. She did get a good turn, and she did close on Owen Rusnak. I think he's got a little too much ground for her to cover. Jonas Woodall in lane 5 is now passing her. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Owen Rusnak in lane 6 of Maysville in front. He's going to be your heat winner with a time of 1:48. Next will be Jonas Woodall in lane 5 from Newark with a time of 1:52. Addison Durst of Tri-Valley in lane 3 with a time of 1:55. Ladies and gentlemen, they have Tawny Scott out of the pool now. She stumbled a little bit. Looks like a lifeguard is heading over there to check on her to make sure she's okay. She appears to be okay, but we're going to check, ladies and gentlemen, to make sure. She may just be a little winded, swimming back to back. Maybe a little scared, taking in water. We'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, our next race is up. They're on the blocks. Your lineup is lane 1, Payson Stupak of St. Clairsville. Lane 2, Tri-Valley's Kendall Buckner. Lane 3, Zanesville's Lucy Thorne. Lane 4, John Glenn's Liam Clenard. Lane 5, Newark's Marin Hatfield. Lane 6, St. Clairsville's Abby Brocklehurst. Lane 7, Newark's Leighton Ricketts. And lane 8, Tri-Valley's Eli McDonald. Out in front is Marin Hatfield of Newark in lane 5. Second place is Liam Kennard in lane 4 of John Glenn. We have Marin Hatfield has passed Liam Kennard. Newark's Marin Hatfield, lane 5 out in front. Liam Kennard of John Glenn in lane 4. Staying close enough to be within striking distance, but we'll see here when they turn and go into the freestyle leg. Oh, Liam Kennard gets a really good turn. He is definitely within striking distance of Marin Hatfield. Marin looks like she's holding him off though. Newark, Marin Hatfield, lane 5 is going to be your heat winner, holding off Liam Kennard in lane 4 for second place. We do in fact have Marin Hatfield with a time of 1:17. She trims 2 seconds from her personal best. Liam Kennard comes in at 1:18, right about his personal best. Third place goes to lane 7, Leighton Ricketts, with a time of 1:22. He trims 24 seconds off of his personal best. Our next event, number 6, is the 50-yard freestyle. This is scheduled for 5 heats. Heat number 1, 6 swimmers scheduled. Lanes 1 and 8 will be empty. Lane 2, St. Clairsville's Cassidy Coslow. Lane 3, Maysville's Tilly Spangler. Lane 4 and 5 belong to Newark's Isabel Tracy and Hayden Bischoff. And Maysville owns lane 6 and 7 with Michael McClellan and Gracie Rush. They will be your swimmers for the next event. Heat number 1 of 5, 50-yard freestyle. Ladies and gentlemen, lane 1 is at the top of your screen. Lane 8 is closest to you. We have heat number 1 of 5, event number 6, 50-yard freestyle. Lane 2, Cassidy Coslow. Lane 3, Tilly Spangler. Lane 4 is empty. Lane 5, Hayden Bischoff. Lane 6, Michael McClellan. Lane 7, Gracie Rush. Out in front appears to be Gracie Rush of Maysville in lane 7. Next, in lane 2 is Cassidy Coslow of St. Clairsville. We have us a race between Gracie Rush and Cassidy Coslow. Closest swimmer, topmost swimmer, it is going to be Gracie Rush. Out in front, Cassidy Coslow will be second. Third place is a race between lane 3, Tilly Spangler. Lane 4, Hayden Bischoff. Lane 6, Michael McClellan. First place, lane 7, Gracie Rush with a time of 37 seconds. Next, Cassidy Coslow with a time of 40 seconds. According to our scoreboard, lane 3, Tilly Spangler was third with a time of 51 seconds, trimming 2 seconds off his personal best. Our next heat, number 2 of 5, 8 swimmers scheduled. We have Newark's Addie Tracy in lane 1. Lanes 2, 3, and 4 belong to Tri-Valley's Dara Wilson, Owen Harney, and Hannah Bobb, respectively. Lane 5 is Zanesville's Addie Wells. Lane 6 is Newark's Bella Sherman. Lane 7, Tri-Valley's Hayden Weck. And lane 8, Philo's Dylan Rayner. Officials tell him to mount the blocks. On their marks. And they're off. Addie Tracy, lane 1, Dara Wilson, lane 2. Owen Harney, lane 3. Hannah Bobb, lane 4. Addie Wells, lane 5. Bella Sherman, lane 6. Hayden Weck, lane 7. Dylan Rayner in lane 8. Out in front is lane 2, Dara Wilson of Tri-Valley. Second place, lane 3, Tri-Valley's Owen Harney. Third place appears to be Hayden Weck of Tri-Valley in lane 7. We do in fact show Dara Wilson with a time of 40 seconds even. She trims 8 seconds off her personal best. Lane 3, Owen Harney with a time of 43 seconds. He trims 4 seconds. Third place, lane 6, Bella Sherman of Newark with a time of 45 seconds. Trims 3 seconds from her personal best. Addie Wells of Zanesville, 45 seconds, trimming 2 seconds off of her dialed in time. I'm assuming the times that they give me here on the paperwork is their previous personal best for those that are beating them. Heat 3 of 5 is up next. Your lineup is all 8 lanes. Philo's Rory Pletcher in lane 1. St. Clairsville's Calvin Drusen in lane 2. Lane 3, West Muskingum's Alana Gebhardt in lane 3. Lane 4 is Newark's Sammy Nybert. Lane 5, Philo's Reese Lambert. Lane 6, Tri-Valley's Addie Miller. Lane 7, Newark's Caden Householder. Lane 8, Ella Fulton from St. Clairsville. Your lineup once again, lane 1, Rory Pletcher. Lane 2, Calvin Drusen. Lane 3, Alana Gebhardt. Lane 5, Sammy Nybert. Lane 5, Reese Lambert. Lane 6, Addie Miller. Lane 7, Caden Householder. Lane 8, Ella Fulton. As they come back here, we got a race between Sammy Nybert and Reese Lambert. And it looks like Reese Lambert out a little bit in front of Sammy Nybert. Yes, she's pulling away a little bit more. Third place looks like it's Newark's Addie Miller, or excuse me, Newark's Caden Householder in lane 7. We show lane 5, Reese Lambert of Philo with a time of 40 seconds. Trims about a second from her personal best. Second place, Sammy Nybert in lane 4 with a time of just about 41 seconds. Ties her personal best. Third place, lane 1, Rory Pletcher of Philo with a time of 43 seconds, trimming 2 seconds. Heat 4 of 5. Lane 1, John Glenn's Ozzie McDaniel. Lane 2, Maysville's Wyatt Stokes. Lane 3, Newark's Addison Kane. Lane 4, John Glenn's Michael Cohn. Lane 5, Maysville's Owen Rusnak. Lane 6, Tri-Valley's Erica Lewis. Lane 7, West Muskingum's Avery Sloan. And Lane 8, St. Clairsville's Payson Stupak. And they're off. Your lineup, Ozzie McDaniel, lane 1. Wyatt Stokes, lane 2. Addison Kane, lane 3. Michael Cohn, lane 4. Owen Rusnak, lane 5. Erica Lewis, lane 6. Avery Sloan, lane 7. And Payson Stupak in lane 8 as they turn and come back. It is Erica Lewis out in front. She is followed closely in lane 3 by Addison Kane. In lane 2, Wyatt Stokes. We are going to have to watch the scoreboard to see who comes in first. Ladies and gentlemen, it is lane 6, Erica Lewis. With a time of 33 seconds, she trims 4 seconds off of her dialed-in time. New personal best for Erica Lewis. Second place, lane 2, Wyatt Stokes. With a time of 34 seconds, he trims 4 seconds. Third place, Addison Kane in lane 3. With a time of 35 seconds, trimming 2 seconds off of her personal best. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes events. No, sorry, one more heat of event 6, 50-yard freestyle. Your lineup is scheduled. Tri-Valley Colin Buckner, lane 1. Lane 2, Zanesville's Lucy Thorne. Lane 3, Crooksville's Riley Crooks. Lane 4, Tri-Valley AJ Lawler. Lane 5, Newark's Iris Woodall. Lane 6, Tri-Valley's Sarah Jacoby. Lane 7, Maysville's Elijah Mail. And lane 8, Newark's Maddie Johnson. Gentlemen, we are pausing for a moment. Your lineup again is going to be Colin Buckner in lane 1, Lucy Thorne in lane 2, Riley Crooks in lane 3, AJ Lawler in lane 4, lane 5 is Iris Woodall, lane 6 Sarah Jacoby, lane 8 Elijah Mail, lane 7 Elijah Mail, lane 8 Maddie Johnson. We'll give you that again now that they're started. Colin Buckner, lane 1, lane 2 Lucy Thorne, lane 3 Riley Crooks, AJ Lawler, lane 4, Iris Woodall, lane 5, Sarah Jacoby, lane 6, Elijah Mail, lane 7, Maddie Johnson, lane 8. Out in front is AJ Lawler. Next is Riley Crooks in second place. Third place is Iris Woodall in lane 5. AJ Lawler with a time of 26 seconds right at his dial-in time. Second is Riley Crooks with a time of 28 seconds right at her dialed-in time. Third place, lane 5, Iris Woodall, 29 seconds right about her dial-in time as well, too. That ends event number 6. My paperwork says event 8 next. That's not right. Looks like we missed a number. Event number 7, 100-yard freestyle. Scheduled for 3 heats. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've got a heat sheet from Swimtopia, it's going to say event number 8. Our scoreboard is going to show event number 7. This is the 100-yard freestyle. 8 swimmers are scheduled. What is scheduled is Tri-Valley Stormy Miller in lane 1 and Braylee Berkey in lane 2. Newark's Hayden Bischoff in lane 3 and Isabel Tracy in lane 4. Maysville's Tilly Spangler in lane 5. John Glenn's Ozzie McDaniel in lane 6. Philo's Dylan Rayner in lane 7. And John Glenn's Brody Tuttle in lane 8. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you got a heat sheet from Swimtopia, it says event 8. It's actually event number 7. It looks like they may all be like that. So we actually have 12 events, not 13. I misstated earlier. That new math. We skipped an event somehow. This is, according to my paperwork, this is going to be event number 7, the 100-yard freestyle. Officials are trying to sort some things out. Ladies and gentlemen, while we have a break, we'll take a moment to pause and like to thank our Ohio High School Athletic Association officials, Allison and Jana, I believe it is. We thank them so much. They're almost, I think they've been our officials every meet for middle school this year. Special thank you to the coaches. Thank you to the Muskingum County Y for allowing us to have the event. We are sorry. I personally am very sorry for you parents and family members due to COVID restrictions unable to be here. It is my hope and prayer that we're bringing you adequate, sufficient coverage as best that we can There's some parents just outside watching. I apologize, the delay is probably going to confuse you maybe a little bit. But thank you and kudos to you too for coming out on this amazingly lovely sun-filled day that tricked you when you walked outside and the cold jumped on you. Sure looked like it was warmer than it actually was. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a question on are all non-swimmers required to wear masks? I'm not sure, ladies and gentlemen. I know that I am 6 feet away, physically distanced from everyone. The mask, for me, a mask interferes with bringing you guys to action. So I do not wear a mask when I call them. I do when I get here and before I leave. I see some do, some don't. We'll make sure that we're not going to be able to bring it up before the end of the swim meet, but we'll make sure that we cover it with them as well too. We are in a bit of a pause right now, not sure what they're trying to figure out, ladies and gentlemen. I see a couple coaches conversing with one of the officials. Again, special thank you to our Ohio High School Athletic Association officials here with us tonight. Thank you to all of the family and friends, parents for tuning in with us as well too. Oh, thank you. Scoreboard is blurry. We'll see if we can do something to fix that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lane 1, Stormy Miller. Lane 2, Braley Berkey. Lane 3, Hayden Bischoff. Lane 4, Isabel Tracy. Lane 5, Tilly Spangler. Lane 6, Ozzie McDaniel. Lane 7, Dylan Rayner. And Lane 8, Brody Tuttle. Oh, there we go. Great job. Yeah, looks like we've got the scoreboard is back in focus now. Looks like Ozzie McDaniel, I think, lane 6 out in front. Followed in lane 2, I think maybe, by Braley Berkey. And Brody Tuttle in lane 8. According, this is the 100-yard freestyle. This will be down, back, down, back. Currently it is a race between Ozzie McDaniel in lane 6 and Braley Berkey in lane 2. Lane 8, Brody Tuttle is turning on the jets a little bit there too. Turning out some bubbles. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a race between Ozzie McDaniel and Braley Berkey. You can see him just passing through the middle of your screen right now. It looks like Ozzie's a little bit out in front. We also have Brody Tuttle in lane 8. Kicking up some bubbles too. Closing the gap a little bit, but I believe it is going to be, it is in fact Ozzie McDaniel in lane 6 with a time of 1 minute 33 seconds. Next, Braley Berkey, also time of 1 minute 33 seconds, just about a half a second separated those two. Can't get much closer than that. Next was Brody Tuttle in lane 8. With a time of 1 minute 40 seconds. Again, the complete lineup for this race was Stormy Miller in lane 1. I'm sorry, lane 1 was a scratch. Lane 2 is Braley Berkey. Lane 3, Hayden Bischoff. Lane 4, Isabel Tracy. Lane 5, Tilly Spangler. Lane 6, Ozzie McDaniel. Lane 7, Dylan Rayner. And lane 8 was Brody Tuttle. ladies and gentlemen. We're working on the scoreboard a little bit more. Just looking at your comments. Thank you guys for those. We really appreciate those. Anything that we need to correct, we really appreciate you guys letting us know. The lanes 2, 3, 4, I think it's the location of them. I do know for the high school season, we are going to be working on trying to get the GoPro camera in a little bit closer so we can see those. I'm sorry we can't do better for you guys tonight. My apologies, but we'll do the best we can to bring you all the action, at least calling it. This is heat number 2 of 3 for the 100-yard freestyle. I'll give you your lineup as soon as they're in the water. They're off. Lane 1, Kane Nethers of Maysville. Lanes 2, 3, and 4 are Tri-Valley's Elena Roberts, Addison Durst, and Caden Blake. Lane 5, Maysville's Wyatt Stokes. Lane 6, Tri-Valley's Dara Wilson. Lane 7 and 8 are Newark's Bella Sherman and Addie Tracy. Again, Kane Nethers in lane 1. Elena Roberts in lane 2. Addison Durst in lane 3. Caden Blake in lane 4. Our current leader in lane 5, Maysville's Wyatt Stokes. Lane 6, Tri-Valley's Dara Wilson. Lane 7, Bella Sherman. In lane 8, Addie Tracy, both of Newark. At the latest turn, it is Wyatt Stokes of Maysville out in front. Caden Blake of Tri-Valley behind him. Rounding out our race third in this heat appears to be Dara Wilson in lane 6 of Tri-Valley. Your complete lineup, top to bottom, Kane Nethers at the top of your screen from Maysville. Lane 2, Elena Roberts. Lane 3, Addison Durst. Lane 4, Caden Blake, all of Tri-Valley. Lane 5, your leader, Wyatt Stokes from Maysville. Lane 6, Tri-Valley's Dara Wilson. Lane 7, Newark's Bella Sherman. And lane 8, Newark's Addie Tracy. We do have lane 5, Wyatt Stokes, in first place with a time of 1:21. Trims 9 seconds. New personal best there, ladies and gentlemen. Lane 4, Caden Blake. Time of 1:28, right at his personal best. Third place, lane 6, Dara Wilson, with a time of 1 minute 32 seconds. Trims 15 seconds. New personal best for Dara there. Heat 3 of 3, our schedule has Kendall Buckner of Tri-Valley in lane 1. Maddie Johnson of Newark in lane 2. Crooksville's Mallory Crooks in lane 3. Lane 4 is Newark's Marin Hatfield, as is Leighton Ricketts in lane 5, also of Newark. Lane 6, Tri-Valley's Colin Buckner. Lane 7, Newark's Jonas Woodall. And lane 8, St. Clairsville's Abby Brocklehurst. Sorry for the mute there, ladies and gentlemen. We just figured out the scoreboard is obscured a little bit. It's the diving board. We tried to move it down as much as we could. I'm sorry, I missed that. Portion of it was still in there. We have out in front right now is lane 4, Marin Hatfield is out in front from Newark at the turn. Second place appears to be Leighton Ricketts in lane 5. Lane 6, Colin Buckner is next. Your complete lineup, top to bottom. Lane 1, Kendall Buckner. Lane 2, Maddie Johnson. Lane 3, Mallory Crooks. Lane 4, Marin Hatfield is your current leader. Lane 5, Leighton Ricketts. Lane 6, Colin Buckner. Lane 7, Jonas Woodall. And lane 8, Abby Brocklehurst. It is going to be Marin Hatfield of Newark, first place, with a time of 1 minute 7 seconds. Next, lane 5, Leighton Ricketts with a time of 1:12. Next, lane 6, Colin Buckner with a time of 1:14. He trims about 4 seconds, new personal best for him. Ladies and gentlemen, we attempted to move a little bit. I think we were obscuring a little bit of lane 8. We've got that in a little bit better now. That was heat 3 of 3. It's going to show event 8 on your sheet. If you got one offline, it was actually event 7. Next is going to be event 8. This is the 50-yard breaststroke. This is scheduled for 3 heats. Scheduled for heat number 1 in lane 2, Owen Rusnak of Maysville. Lane 3, John Glenn's Michael Cohen. Lane 4, Zanesville's Parker Roberts. Lane 5, Maysville's Elijah Mayo. Lane 6, Tri-Valley's Owen Harney. And lane 7, West Muskingum's Alana Gephardt. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a comment. Someone watching from Florida. Thank you so much. Appreciate you tuning in. So glad we could bring it to you. We hope even once COVID restrictions relax, we'll still be able to bring them to you guys, but we'll have to wait and see for sure. This is event number 8. It's going to read number 9, 50-yard breaststroke, heat 1 of 3. Owen Rusnak in lane 2, Michael Cohen in lane 3, Parker Roberts in lane 4, Elijah Mayo in lane 5, Owen Harney in lane 6, and Alana Gephardt in lane 7. Your leader right now appears to be Parker Roberts in lane 4 from Zanesville. However, Elijah Mayo from Maysville in lane 5 within striking distance for sure. Elijah Mayo turning on the jets. He's putting some bubbles out. It looks like he may pass Parker Roberts. We've got a race here, ladies and gentlemen. Zanesville versus Maysville. Parker Roberts, lane 4. Elijah Mayo in lane 5. According to the scoreboard, it is Elijah Mayo in lane 5. Comes from behind with a time of 47 seconds. None of these swimmers in this heat have dialed in times. So we had Parker Roberts in second with a time of also 47 seconds. Less than a quarter second separating those two. That was a very close race. Rounding out our race, lane 6, Owen Harney. Lane 2, Owen Rusnak. Lane 3, Michael Cohen. And Alana Gephardt in lane 7. This is event 8. Again, it's going to read 9 if you got your sheet from the internet. Heat 2 of 3, 50-yard breaststroke. It would be page 3, top left. Scheduled, Calvin Drusen in lane 1 from St. Clairsville. Lane 2, Zanesville's Addie Wells. Lane 3, Maysville's Kane Nethers. Lane 4, Newark's Hannah Gingras. Lane 5, West Muskingum's Avery Sloan. Lane 6, Tri-Valley's Eli McDonald. Lane 7, St. Clairsville's Cassidy Coslow. And lane 8, Tri-Valley Addie Miller. They are on the blocks. And they're off. Calvin Drusen, lane 1. Addie Wells, lane 2. Kane Nethers, lane 3. Hannah Gingras, lane 4. Avery Sloan, lane 5. Eli McDonald, lane 6. Cassidy Coslow, lane 7. Lane 8, Addie Miller. Currently out in front is lane 3. Kane Nethers. Second place appears to be Eli McDonald in lane 6. Eli McDonald turning on the jets, kicking up some bubbles, trying to catch Kane Nethers. We also have Cassidy Coslow in lane 7, trying to catch Eli McDonald in lane 6. But it looks, ladies and gentlemen, like it's going to be Kane Nethers with a time of 50 seconds even. He trims 11 seconds, a good 10, 11 seconds. Personal best for Kane Nethers of Maysville. Second place, lane 6, Eli McDonald. With a time of 53 seconds, he trims 8 seconds. Third place, Cassidy Coslow did not have a dial-in time, but she turns in 56 seconds. Heat number 3 of 3. Our schedule shows Philo's Reese Lambert in lane 1. Lane 2, St. Clairsville's Payson Stupak. Lane 3, Tri-Valley's Erica Lewis. Lane 4, Tri-Valley's Annika Collette. Lane 5, Maysville's Leela Hawk. Lane 6, Newark's Sammy Nybert. Lane 7, St. Clairsville's Ella Fulton. And lane 8, Newark's Caden Householder. Thank you for pointing out lanes 1 through 4. We're working on that now, ladies and gentlemen. There's some conversation going back between me and my compadre here. We're going to go mute for another second or two. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a frozen half of the screen there, lanes 1 through 4. We're going to try to work on that. Sorry about that. Bear with us, please. For this heat, number 3, we've changed the scoreboard to match. Event number 9, Reese Lambert at the top of your screen. Payson Stupak, lane 2. Erica Lewis, lane 3. Annika Collette, lane 4 is your current leader. Leela Hawk in lane 5, hot on her trail. Lane 6, Sammy Nybert. Lane 7, Ella Fulton. Lane 8, Caden Householder. Annika Collette of Tri-Valley in lane 4 is definitely going to be your heat winner. Leela Hawk in lane 5 of Maysville will be second place. Looks like lane 3, Erica Lewis of Tri-Valley is going to be third. We have a time of 37 seconds for Annika Collette. Right about her dial-in time. Lane 5, Leela Hawk, second place. Time of 41 seconds. Third place, lane 3, Erica Lewis. Time of 48 seconds. Due to the scoreboard and our technical difficulties right now, lane 1, Reese Lambert, no time according to the scoreboard. Lane 2, Payson Stupak, a time of 52:25. Lane 3, Erica Lewis, a time of 48 seconds. And lane 4, Annika Collette, a time of 37.13 seconds. The camera is frozen. Oh, we are working on it. We have our normal technical expert is not here tonight. We are currently texting with him. We will bring you back camera action as soon as we can. We will continue to bring you audio, however. Event number 10, 100-yard backstroke. Event number 10, 100-yard backstroke. 1 heat scheduled. Tawny Scott in lane 1. Michael McClellan, lane 2. Elena Roberts, lane 3. Iris Woodall, lane 4. Aaron Lewis, lane 5. Hayden Weck, lane 6. Brelly Berkey, lane 7. Savannah Brooks in lane 8. Tawny Scott, ladies and gentlemen, back in. She's in the race. Lane 1, Newark's Tawny Scott took in some water earlier. Had to leave an earlier race, but she is in. What a trooper. Lane 2, Maysville's Michael McClellan. Lane 3, Tri-Valley's Elena Roberts. Lane 4, Newark's Iris Woodall. Lane 5, 6, 7, and 8 are all Tri-Valley. Aaron Lewis, Hayden Weck, Braley Berkey, Savannah Brooks. Your leader is Iris Woodall from Newark. Second place is Savannah Brooks. Third place appears to be Tawny Scott. Took in water, had to bow out. Now in third place, however, Braley Berkey in lane 7, battling back. We also have Aaron Lewis in lane 5. This is a tight race, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to do everything I can to bring you the action. We definitely have Iris Woodall of Newark is out in front. She's at the last turn coming back. She is turning out. Second place is going to be Savannah Brooks in lane 8 of Tri-Valley. Third place is a battle between Braley Berkey and Aaron Lewis. It's too close to call right now. They're swimming down into their last turn. Iris Woodall of Newark turns in a time of 1 minute and 12 seconds. That's right about her dial-in time, so no personal best there. In lane 8, Savannah Brooks had no dial-in time, but she turns in 1:19 for second place. Third place is going to go to Erin Lewis. She had a personal best of 1:45. We'll see what she shows. Hopefully the scoreboard will share with us. Time of 1:45, she evens her personal best. Fourth place, lane 7, Braylee Berkey, time of 1:49. She trims 18 seconds off her personal best. Rounding out our race is going to be lane 3, Elena Roberts. Then lane 1, Tawny Scott. Then lane 6, Hayden Weck. Rounding out our race is going to be Michael McClellan. Yep, ladies and gentlemen, our technical expert is trying to work with us remotely. I said at the beginning before we began the broadcast, my normal cohort here, Gabe, had rotator cuff surgery on Monday. That will be 6 months of recovery. Fortunately, we have at least 3 months before the high school swim season. So you should be back to 100% by then. Ladies and gentlemen, we would be going to event number 11 next. This is the 50-yard butterfly. It is scheduled for 3 heats. Heat number 1, Eli McDonald in lane 3, Hannah Bobb in lane 4, Brody Tuttle in lane 5. As our camera's frozen, I'll probably move more towards action than I will giving you all the complete lineups. But we do have Eli McDonald, Hannah Bobb, and Brody Tuttle swimming in this race. Out in front, off of the start, Eli McDonald is in front. Hannah Bobb and Brody Tuttle are neck and neck currently. This is the 50-yard butterfly, 3 heats. This is heat number 1. At the first and will be last turn, Eli McDonald out in front. Next is Brody Tuttle. Rounding out our race is Hannah Bobb. This is the 50-yard butterfly. Eli McDonald is about 3/4 of the way there. He's going to be our heat winner. Halfway through now, Brody Tuttle of his last lap. And Hannah Bobb is rounding out our race. Eli McDonald turns in a time of 45 seconds. He had no dial-in time. Next is Brody Tuttle, time of 53 seconds, also no dial-in time. Hannah Bobb has a time of 1 minute and 6 seconds, but she turns in 57 seconds, almost 58. She trims a good 8 seconds. New personal best for Hannah Bobb. Heat number 2. We have scheduled Parker Roberts, Liam Clenard, Addison Kane, Addison Durst, and Rory Pletcher. 5 swimmers scheduled for this one, ladies and gentlemen. We are so sorry that we lost our video. I believe we still have our audio though. This race is going to be Zanesville's Parker Roberts, John Glenn's Liam Clenard, Newark's Addison Kane, Tri-Valley's Addison Durst, and Philo's Rory Pletcher. Five swimmers for this one, ladies and gentlemen. As they surface, out in front is Parker Roberts and Liam Clenard. They are neck and neck. Third place is Addison Kane of Newark. Rounding out our race, Addison Durst of Tri-Valley and Rory Pletcher of Philo. At the turn, coming out, Liam Clenard gets a little bit better turn. He's in front of Parker Roberts. John Glenn leading Zanesville currently. It is going to be Liam Clenard in first place. followed by Parker Roberts. Third place is going to go to Newark's Addison Kane. They're coming in now. We'll give you their times. We have Liam Clenard with a time of 38. He trims 4 to 5 seconds off his personal best. Parker Roberts with a time of 42 seconds, trims about 2 seconds from his personal best. Addison Kane, a time of 45 seconds. Addison Durst is next with a time of 52 seconds. And Rory Pletcher, a time of 58 seconds. She trims about 5 seconds off of her personal best. Heat 3 of 3 coming up next. 8 swimmers scheduled. We have Marin Hatfield of Newark, Sarah Jacoby of Tri-Valley, Riley Crooks of Crooksville, AJ Lawler of Tri-Valley, Annika Collette of Tri-Valley, Leela Hawk of Maysville, Savannah Brooks of Tri-Valley, and Zanesville's Lucy Thorne all racing in this next and final heat. We have caught the scoreboard up to match the paperwork. It is event number 11, heat number 3. They're on the blocks. Ladies and gentlemen, as they surface, it is AJ Lawler out in front. He is followed by Annika Collette and Riley Crooks still within striking distance as well. They're halfway through the last leg. It is definitely AJ Lawler out in front. However, Annika Collette and Riley Crooks, it's too close to call. It looks like it's going to be Annika, but Riley Crooks is also battling. We do have AJ Lawler with a time of 28 seconds. Next is Annika Collette with a time of 30 seconds. Then Riley Crooks with a time of 30 seconds. Next, Leela Hawk with a time of 33 seconds. Then Savannah Brooks with a time of 33 seconds. Sarah Jacoby, a time of 33 seconds. Marin Hatfield, a time of 34 seconds. And rounding out our race is Lucy Thorne with a time of 38 seconds. Event number 12, 100-yard breaststroke. 2 heats. Your swimmers will be Elijah Mail, Calvin Drusen, Hannah Gingras, Bella Sherman, and Hayden Weck. Your swimmers again, Hayden Weck, Bella Sherman, Hannah Gingras, Calvin Drusen, and Elijah Mail. Oh, we have a false start. A swimmer leaned a little too far forward and she couldn't stop herself. We're not going to give a name, so we're not going to embarrass anybody. And there's no video, so you guys will never know if it was your child that did it or not. And I'm not telling. They are off. In front, it is Elijah Mail in front. Second place, way too close to call. Our other swimmers are Calvin Drusen, Hannah Gingras, Bella Sherman, and Hayden Weck. Out in front, it is Elijah Mail. They are approaching their turn. They are headed back for the final stretch. It is Elijah Mail out in front. Next, too close to call, Hayden Weck, Bella Sherman, and Hannah Gingras are neck and neck. Calvin Drusen behind them, but he is within striking distance. Elijah Mail is running away with it. We'll give you their times when they finish here, ladies and gentlemen. They're still swimming. Elijah Mail in front. Hayden Weck, Bella Sherman, and Hannah Gingras are too close to call. I will, in fact, have to wait and see what the scoreboard says. This is the 100-yard breaststroke, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, I glanced at the 50. They have it down and back still. It is still Elijah Mail way out in front, though. Next, looks like Hayden Weck, but Hannah Gingras is very close, as is Bella Sherman. We're going to have to wait and see if our scoreboard shares their times with us. Hopefully they do. Ladies and gentlemen, my partner is working frantically on the phone with our technical guru. We are doing everything we can, trying to bring you the video back. My apologies on that. We will continue to bring you the live action though by my voice. Elijah Mail still in front. He is coming down the stretch. Elijah Mail will be your heat winner from Maysville. Second place right now is Hannah Gingras. However, Hayden Weck trying to give it everything he's got, trying to catch her. I don't know if he's going to be able to or not. They got about a half a pool length left. I think Hannah's going to hold him off. Elijah Mail does turn in a time of 1 minute and 51 seconds. He doesn't have a dial-in time, so that's a personal best for him. It is going to be Hannah Gingras next, followed by Hayden Weck. Hannah turns in a time of 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Next is Hayden Weck with a time of 2 minutes and 15 seconds. That's a personal best for him, no dial-in time. Next we have Bella Sherman with a time of 2:21. And rounding out a race, Calvin Drusen with a time of 2:26. I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, our partner tonight is the son of our technical guru, and ladies and gentlemen, he is working as hard as he can. I can tell you, he's sweating bullets. He feels horrible. He's trying. He wants to get you guys your video back. We're going to do everything we can. Our next heat, 2 of 2. The swimmers are going to be Kendall Buckner of Tri-Valley, Sammy Nybert of Newark, Abby Brocklehurst of St. Clairsville, Leighton Ricketts of Newark, Mallory Crooks of Crooksville, Maysville's Gracie Rush and Kane Nethers, and Tri-Valley's Aaron Lewis. I'm going to scrap the lanes and just give you guys the play-by-plays. Your swimmers are for Tri-Valley, Kendall Buckner and Aaron Lewis. For Newark, Sammy Nybert and Leighton Ricketts. For Maysville, Gracie Rush and Kane Nethers, and St. Clairsville has Abby Brocklehurst. Crooksville has Mallory Crooks. As they surface about half a pool length, it is too close to call. It looks like Kendall Buckner out in front. All of them within striking distance though. We'll see at the first turn here when they pass back by us. It is Kendall Buckner out in front. Mallory Crooks next. St. Clairsville's Abby Brocklehurst in third. However, Gracie Rush is right on her tail. We have a very, very close race here, ladies and gentlemen, from 1st through 8th place. They have one more turn. They just completed a turn, have one more to go. We now have a leader change. It is Mallory Crooks out in front. Next is Abby Brocklehurst. Then Kendall Buckner. That's your first, second, third place. Fourth place appears to be right now tied between Sammy Nybert and Gracie Rush. They are at their last turn now though. Waiting for him to surface. It is Mallory Crooks, however. Abby Brocklehurst closed the distance a little bit. They are battling out. I believe it's going to be Mallory Crooks. Abby Brocklehurst behind her. Rounding out first, second, third is going to be Kendall Buckner. Mallory Crooks has a time of 1 minute and 39 seconds. That's right in her dial-in time. No personal best there. Then we have Abby Brocklehurst of St. Clairsville, also a time of 1:39. Kendall Buckner next, a time of 1:54. Rounding out our race, we had Sammy Nybert, Leighton Ricketts, Gracie Rush, Aaron Lewis, and Kane Nethers. Our next event is our final event. Oh no. We're gonna try it. We're trying, ladies and gentlemen. My partner with me, I can tell you that he's very frustrated, very sorry. We are so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get the video back in time or not. Oh, and it's going to be the relays. We have Baysville's team is going to be Kane Nethers, Michael McClellan, Tilly Spangler, and Gracie Rush. Newark's team will be Caden Householder, Addie Tracy, Hannah Gingras, and Bella Sherman. Zanesville's team is Parker Roberts, Dylan Rayner, Addie Wells, and Lucy Thorne. Tri-Valley has two teams. One is Hannah Bob, Braylee Berkey, Owen Harney, and Hayden Weck. The second Tri-Valley team is going to be Addie Miller. Some changes just came to me, so I'm writing them as I go here. We've got Addie Miller, Elena Roberts, Addison Durst, and Dara Wilson. And our last team for Heat 1 for St. Clairsville is going to be Cassidy Koslow, Calvin Drusen, Ella Fulton, and Abby Brocklehurst. While they're massing them, I'm going to go through the lineups again real quick. For Maysville, your team is Kane Nethers, Michael McClellan, Tilly Spangler, and Gracie Rush. Newark, your team for this heat is Caden Householder, Addie Tracy, Hannah Gingras, and Bella Sherman. Zanesville, your team is Parker Roberts, Dylan Rayner, Addie Wells, and Lucy Thorne. Tri-Valley, you have two teams, Hannah Bob, Braylee Berkey, Owen Harney, and Hayden Weck, along with Addie Miller, Elena Roberts, Addison Durst, and Dara Wilson. St. Clairsville, your team will be Cassidy Koslow, Calvin Drusen, Ella Fulton, and Abby Brocklehurst. Camera back? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the camera's back. Where you are? You need me to adjust it? Yeah, our camera's back, but I'm going to make an adjustment. I'm sorry, I'll be silent here. We're working, we may get you the video back, ladies and gentlemen. Currently out in front, it is the team of Zanesville is out in front. Dylan Rayner's in now as our leader. Maysville's Kane Nethers, Michael McClellan in now. Newark's Caden Householder, Addie Tracy's in now. Team of Zanesville's out in front. Tri-Valley has in Hannah Bob, Braylee Berkey now. Addie Miller was the other leadoff. Elena Roberts is in now. St. Clairsville had Cassidy Koslow, and Calvin Drusen is in now. Zanesville still out in front. They're followed by St. Clairsville, then one of the Tri-Valley teams. We now have Addie Wells in the pool, as is Owen Harney. Now Addison Durst is in, as is Ella Fulton. Hannah Gingras and Tilly Spangler are now in. Zanesville is still out in front. However, the two Tri-Valley teams are closing fast. Sorry, one of the Tri-Valley teams and the St. Clairsville team are closing fast. It's going to come down to their anchors. Zanesville's Lucy Thorne in now, as is Tri-Valley's Dara Wilson and St. Clairsville's Abby Brocklehurst. We have Zanesville's out in front, Lucy Thorne. Abby Brocklehurst is closing fast though, as is Dara Wilson. It is definitely going to be the team of Zanesville. They finish with a time of 2 minutes 40 seconds, which is right at their dial-in time. Next, St. Clairsville is going to finish. They don't have a dial-in time, but they show a time of 2 minutes and 50 seconds for second place. Third place goes to the Tri-Valley team of Addie Miller, Elena Roberts, Addison Durst, and Dara Wilson. They have a time of 2:55. They trim 18 seconds off of their time. We are in the final heat. We are in the final heat, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry for the video problems. We apologize from the depth of our heart. We wanted to bring you the video action. The relays get fast and furious. I forgot a water bottle. I am really hurting right now, but we'll do our best. We do have 8 teams. We have Tri-Valley, John Glenn, Maysville, Newark, Crooksville, all swimming. Tri-Valley, your teams are Aaron Lewis, Avery Sloan, and Caden Blake. I'm not sure who the 4th swimmer is going to be for that. Oh, yes, I am. It's going to be Alana Gebhardt. That West Muskingum swimmer helping out again, Alana Gebhardt. Aaron Lewis, Avery Sloan, Caden Blake. Oh, goodness, I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with this. We got video back. Okay, we got video. Top of your screen, Tri-Valley, lane 1, lane 2, John Glenn, lane 3, Maysville, lane 4, Tri-Valley, lane 5, Newark, lane 6, Tri-Valley, lane 7, Crooksville, lane 8, Newark. Your swimmers, Alana Gebhardt, Michael Cohen, Elijah Mayo, Annika Collette, Iris Woodall, Colin Buckner, Mallory Crooks, and Jonas Woodall. Your leader is definitely lane 4, Tri-Valley, Savannah Brooks. Newark, Maddie Johnson, though, hot on her heels. All of our second swimmers are in now. Lane 1 is Aaron Lewis. Lane 2, Brody Tuttle. Lane 3, Wyatt Stokes. Lane 4, Savannah Brooks. Lane 5, Maddie Johnson. Lane 6 is Erica Lewis. Lane 7 is Rory Fletcher. And lane 8 is Tawny Scott. We now have for Tri-Valley, Sarah Jacoby is in. Newark, lane 5, Leighton Ricketts is in. Lane 6, Kendall Buckner is in. Lane 7, Reese Lambert is in. Lane 8, Sammy Nyberg. Lane 1, Avery Sloan. Lane 2, Brody Tuttle. Lane 3, Owen Rusnak. Ladies and gentlemen, Marin Hatfield is in now, as is AJ Lawler. These are your anchors for your leaders. Tri-Valley's team, Annika Collette, Savannah Brooks, Sarah Jacoby, AJ Lawler in first place with a time of 1:55.92. That's right about their dial-in time. Second place goes to Newark's team of Iris Woodall, Maddie Johnson, Leighton Ricketts, and Marin Hatfield. Their time is 2:05. They trimmed 3 seconds off their dialed-in time. Third place goes to lane 3, Maysville's Elijah Mayo, Wyatt Stokes, Owen Rusnak, and Leela Hawk. Their time is 2 minutes 12 seconds. They trimmed 4 seconds off their dial-in time. Fourth place, lane 6, Tri-Valley, Colin Buckner, Erica Lewis, Kendall Buckner, and Eli McDonald. 5th place, lane 7, Crooksville's Mallory Crooks, Roy Fletcher, Reese Lambert, Riley Crooks. 6th place, lane 2, John Glenn's Michael Cohn, Brody Tuttle, Ozzie McDaniel, and Liam Quinard. 7th place, lane 1, Tri-Valley, Lana Gebhardt, Aaron Lewis, Avery Sloan, and Caden Blake. And rounding out our race, Newark's Jonas Woodall, Tawny Scott, Sammy Nabert, and Addison Kane. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Luke Davis, along with Mr. Hines, representing Get On My Level Ministries. John chapter 3, verse 30, when John the Baptist was questioned about Jesus, his response was, "He must increase, and I must decrease." We thank you for your prayers. Please continue to pray for Gabe and his rotator cuff to heal. We thank you to all of the swimmers, the coaches, the volunteers. Thank you, parents and family at home. We thank you so much for tuning in. We apologize we couldn't bring you everything that we wish that we could have, but we do appreciate you so much. Thank you to the Muskingum County Y and to our Ohio High School Athletic Association officials. This is our final middle school swim meet. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in. For the middle school swim, this is Luke Davis.